What up? And welcome to another episode of What Are You Watching? The TV/film segment of the channel. Back with another One Piece edition. So as always, you guys already know, gotta shout out the creator, Oda, and shout out to the studio, Toei Animation, going over episode 1109 and 10. I'm a little late with one of the episodes coming out last week, but it ends up working out in my favor because this week's episode 1110 just ends up being somewhat of a continuation of last week, and I could get into it. I thought they were going to do something else with the ending of episode 1109. It shows the red-haired pirates, or Shanks and his group, on the island of Elbaf, home of the giants. First look that we get at it look beautiful, and we know that it's not a place that I would say a lot of people are welcome. And we go through some reminiscing between Captain Shanks and Captain Kidd, with him being the cause for losing his arm. So this is round 2, and we see that they're getting in preparation for that. But gotta give a big shout out to the studio. Love the introduction of episode 1109. I always say that they're very innovative when it comes to action, and since the Wano arc, I've loved the new approaches that they've taken to keep things interesting and fresh when it comes to animation. So, very cool sequence with Zoro and Luffy trying to keep the CP0 members away from harm and trying to protect themselves as well. From the Seraphim, we know that again, these are very strong warriors, the indestructible androids. And so, in last episode, we see that the Straw Hats have finally decided to take the cuffs off and join forces with CP0, at least for the time being, so that they'll be able to overcome this current obstacle. Which leads us to this week, because we see that they're just still going through this. They're still fighting the Seraphim. They're obviously still disobeying commands. And even though at first it appears to be that Luffy and company are doing a little bit of damage, we see just how indestructible they are. See a funny sequence between Zoro and everybody else, because Zoro should have recognized earlier that they appear to have the same abilities as King back on Wano, and the fact that the flame on their back has something to do with their armor, and that's why they're invulnerable to attacks. So it's funny the fact that he didn't realize that earlier, something that he definitely should have picked up on. And so towards the end of that episode, we see that the rest of the Straw Hats are having a little bit harder time with the Seraphim, because of course they're not as offensively capable as Zoro and Luffy, so it's taking them a little bit of time. We see Sanji stepping into the picture, so he does even the scale a little bit, but definitely gonna have to see how that goes. You see that the Boa Hancock Seraphim had no problem running through Usopp and the other ones who are less offensively efficient, and so we'll have to see how that goes, because she should also not have too much of a problem with Sanji. So it'll be better if they're able to get somebody to finally make them obey commands. But at the end of the episode, we do see that Shaka is finally reunited with the real Vegapunk and sees where he's been captured this whole time. So leads me to believe that I think this evil Vegapunk is actually the other old man that we've been seeing run around with Luffy, since that's the only double Vegapunk that we've seen. But we'll have to see what happens next week. Definitely looking forward to it. They've been building up a bunch of fights, so we'll see if we'll start to see those in the upcoming weeks. Looking forward to Garp trying to rescue Kobe from Blackbeard, and see if Captain Kidd and his group fight the red-haired pirates. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys thought about the episodes. Till next time, peace.